What's poppin', Slick Block? It's your boy, D-Wize Gamer. I'm looking handsome and beautiful on this rainy evening, because it's raining outside, alright? Uh, y'all don't see my face that often, alright? That's just a shame, I know. Y'all should see me every day. But, I'm not gonna lie to you niggas, I've been in a bit of a slump recently, right? Creatively, I've been blocked. There's been like a lot of shit that I want to do, but I'm finding myself not able to do, right? And it's weird. It's weird. It's been it's been 2 years. It's it's been 2 years since Wild died, and I would love to sit here and say that I've been a soldier and I've been trucking through it, right? I would love to sit here and say that I kept our dream of, well, becoming famous going.
Famous restaurant, famous chef.
Yeah.
And then y'all both supposed to build a mansion and sit me down.
Yes, we were. But it's been hard. It's been hard to concentrate and focus because, weirdly enough, right? Gaming hasn't been as fun lately. You know? Couple of months back, y'all know I got sick or something. Something happened and I got ill, right? And I'm actually still recovering from that. Whatever the fuck that it is or was. I'm doing better, but I've been nervous.
Yeah, I'm telling you that back when all y'all were trying all this damn processed veggie shit, them fake ass veggie chickens and veggie burgers and shit, and everybody got that fucked up shit in their stomach. I know exactly what happened. There's some motherfuckers suing. Probably some influencers.
I was supposed to look into that too.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to look into that.
I ain't worried about some motherfuckers sent them some shit that fucked up their whole livers and every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I think motherfucker got to have some of their intestines took out.
Well, thankfully, right, all of our doctor visits, nothing's been that bad. Just some slight swelling. That's really it. So there's that, and it's been hard to concentrate and focus on games. So as y'all have noticed, I've been getting a lot more frustrated when playing. And this isn't the first time this has happened. I'm gonna tell y'all a shocking secret. About 7, 8 years ago, me and Wild had actually started a YouTube channel together where we would rap. We would sit down, we would record over free beats, and we would freestyle. And we would post it, and it was called The Doctors of Rhyme, right? Now, back then, we were in middle school.
Snoop came through.
And it was good. At the family situations, I'm gonna be revealing shit that probably doesn't need to be revealed. That's probably gonna get some people mad at us, at me. Hopefully they never see this video. But back then, Wild, he was recovering from an injury. It was a leg injury that he had suffered in a football game. Right? Which maybe might have affected his mental a bit. Maybe it was me. But there was a lot more tension between us around this time period than normal. Right? which for me, it was that I didn't really know. I'm used to roughhousing. I was used to roughhousing, right? And with them in that delicate situation, I didn't really know how to properly communicate. And Wild just could never not talk. You know, it was like a nervous tick he had that he would just keep talking. And I had a short temper, and we had a blowout. And that ended up in our YouTube channel getting deleted, right? And after that, my interest in rap, or at least recording my raps, kind of died down, you know, because rapping wasn't fun anymore. You know, if I couldn't rap with Wild, it just didn't feel the same. And I feel like something like that is happening again, or happened again, since he's passed. It's not the same that since I can't sit down, call or text him about video games. It's not the same because I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, what would he say? How would he go at this challenge? And it's hard. So I've been getting frustrated, like when I was in middle school, and I didn't know how to handle his broken leg. And I was frustrated. And I know that's, don't get me wrong, I was an asshole in 6th through 8th grade. I was an asshole. I could have handled a lot of things better and differently. But we made up after that, you know. We were able to get past that. And we were able to agree and focus on our social media dreams. And y'all may not know this, but Wild was much more successful at it than me. He was. Since then, I've thought about a lot of things, right? I've thought about getting back into rap and poetry. I've thought about writing stories, doing vlogs, you know. Just something to reignite that creative spark that got me through 700 and something odd video game videos that I have on my channel. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just 400 or 500. Just something to like rekindle that spark, that interest and drive that I had to get up every day and then record or do something productive. Just something. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. I got complacent. You know? I got real complacent. All right, so y'all know, because I think I've dropped plenty of hits, that I did work at Amazon. All right. I worked at Amazon for about 3 years, and recently, due to health reasons, I've had to quit and leave my position. And that's given me a lot more time to sit and reflect on not just, you know, myself, but my family situation, the world. And there's been a lot of reflecting on the world, to be real with you. As someone in their 20s, right, the amount of pondering I have given to the world and the world situation is it's retarded. I shouldn't say that. It's overdone. It's overblown, right? There's a lot of things about the world, the current situation, America situation, that I just really don't like. And so I've been asking myself, what do I need to do, and what do people need to do in general, right, to like make it better? And I don't know. I really don't know. I could say be kinder, be more understanding, have a more open mind, right? But that's like generic shit. That's like I think that's something that most people try to do anyway. To a certain extent. To a certain extent, right? I'm not the only one who tries to understand where everybody is coming from, who tries to put themselves in other people's shoes. I'm not the best at it, but that's what you're supposed to do, I feel like. And I've been thinking about my father a lot more recently. A lot more than I would like to admit. My father was a great man. A very great man. So great that he worked himself to death. But I feel like that's just a tribute to his greatness, you know? He built an empire. A whole construction empire that me and my brothers let crumble. We kind of just let it fall apart. Now, a part of me wants to be like, you know, there was really nothing I could do at that time, right? I was barely 13. Shoot, I was what? I, 12? And I spent a good many years. Fact of the matter is, I kind of found myself in a similar situation, surprisingly enough, funnily enough, right? I wouldn't say it's nearly as dire. But again, you know, that could be complacency speaking. But I do find myself in a very similar situation to what I think he might have been in, right? During those last few years. Not my father, I'm talking about my brother. My brother also had a YouTube channel, and it was a great, you know what's weird? All the people who like inspired me to start this shit, who had success in this shit, don't do it anymore. And well, Wild can't because he's not here, but like I still don't understand why my brother isn't doing it. That just don't make no sense to me. And I've talked to him about it, and he just says he doesn't have time. But I'm like, it's just 15 minutes. You just need to record 15 minutes every day, or at least once a week, right? It don't make no sense. But you know, he was another thing that inspired me to start gaming, because that was one of our few bondings. But I found myself in a similar situation to where I'm not doing YouTube anymore, right? Because of my content block, which he has stopped doing YouTube because of a relationship problem. My mother is struggling due to overwork. Just like my father was overworking himself. The difference is, though, is that my father had a health condition, and my mother is just stressed. So, you know. So, that's why I said I don't feel like my situation is nearly as dire. However, I'm older in this current juncture than when my brother was going through something like this. I think my brother was just 20 or 21, maybe 22. Because he's 10 years older than me. If I was 12, if I was 11, 13, he was 21 through 23. So he was either 2 to a year younger, well, than I am now. No? 21 to 23? 2 to 4 years? 2 to 3 years. There we go. Right? And I'm really thinking about the future, right? Of what I need to do. I've been looking for jobs online to help circumvent the income. Is that the word? Circumvent? The income, right? To help out with our house that my loving cousins all refer to as a mansion. That even my brother would call a mansion. But the fact is that at the end of the day, I'm a Norwood, you know? And I don't know if last names mean anything to y'all. But to me, when I think of the Norwoods, my family, my father's side of the family, Everyone I think of is self-made business owners. They're pioneers. There's really no one who has someone above them barking orders or telling them what to do. They typically either work alone or tell others what to do. Because it's just in our crazy DNA. We're too crazy to be managed, so we have to manage. You know, if that makes sense. It's part of the reason I think. I'm not going to say that. So, of course, right, me being the person I am, me being very family oriented, which I don't know if y'all can tell this or not, but family is the most important thing to me. It has always been the most important thing to me. And I've had to really think about that the last fucking 5 years because so many of my family members have been dropping like flies. It's crazy. It's really been fucking crazy. I want to start a company, right? I do. Unfortunately, right, I am terrified of construction work. You know, which is saying something because I love woodworking, but I'm terrified of construction work. And the reason I'm terrified of construction work is because my father died doing it. Well, it's the leading cause in my mind of why he died, you know. Other people say it was his asthma getting worse. Other people would say a lot of things, but in my mind, his asthma was getting bad because he was all constantly inhaling concrete and cement, wood. He was inhaling all this shit that was bad for his lungs. He was going down to places, tearing down rotten and buildings that had mold and asparagus and shit like that. There's horrible shit for the lungs. He was basically a fucking miner going into the fucking earth to get out coal. He was a great man, very stubborn man, a huge man, whose shoes, even though my foot is about 5 times bigger than his, I have not been fulfilling. And so I want to start a realtor company or something. I think. I want to get into the process of buying houses, buying land, building and selling houses, if that makes sense. Maybe renting a few hotels or something. I don't know. But I've been thinking about familial legacies. And I just feel, I don't know, it's like something scratching at the back of my neck. Right? That's how it feels. And it feels like it's the right decision. But I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, right? I've sat down, I've talked to my mother about it. I've asked her thoughts. And she thinks it's a wonderful idea, is what she says. Alright? However, there's always a kink in our talks because I want her to be the face of it so I can rule from the shadows like the master puppeteer. Because you know the saying.
You can be the master puppeteer, but the master puppeteer have to have the licenses and be the broker, and they have the agents that go out. So hence, this is why you need that for sure contractor license. Because no way you talking about building developments, multi-family or single family developments of row houses, whatever it is, and you're not going to need that contractor's license, so you can be the primary to oversee the project, and you can sub everything out to subcontractors. So you need your contractor's license. You can be the big dog, and also other people can hire you and pay you to implement their projects. You want the realtor, be the real estate broker, because if it's your development, the more more specifically, if you're going to be selling houses in your development, you're going to want to have agents. A lot of states, your agents have to be real estate agents. They work in your developments that's selling and showing the houses. And so there again, you need to be broker so that those agents can work for you. Now, as a contractor, you can choose to hire a broker if that's what you want to do. But most brokers are their own person with their own business. So, you know. And a lot of big development companies, they house all these things in, you know, it's different groups if that's what their thing is. A big development company got a group that's the real estate group, you know. They got a group that's the builder group that's doing all the building. You know, doing the construction, make sure the construction happens and what goes on the sites. The architecture, the engineering, all the stuff that has to happen to get that lot ready, that land ready for development. But needless to say, both of those licenses or certifications are definitely a must for either one of those, anything in that path of building a great construction company. Meteor said he agreed.
Is he agreeing?
Yeah. He said, yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like he's disagreeing.
No, he know better than disagree with anything I say. You want a duck turkey? Better say, yeah.
You're bribing my dog. She's bribing my dog against me, people. But which one's more important?
It depends on which phase of the project you're in. Once the construction is done, the most important license is the realtor, being a real estate broker. Prior to that, the most important license is the contractor license, because the contractor got to get the project built. Got to get everything in order, whether he hire a builder or she, them, they hire a builder, she,
Okay.
whoever it is.
And that's the problem I'm currently facing, right? I don't know if y'all know this or not. Alright. But
You're making it a dilemma. I bet you ain't even looked into what it'll take to get the licenses to even know if it's that much of a challenge to get both of them in the same damn day. You know, y'all young people. Young as you is, as sharp as your brain is, you should be able to go get 5 certifications in a day. Go get all the contractor and real estate licensing, and then get you a investor broker license, and then get you some hell of an IT certification license. It's, you know, why limit? You know, get you some Six Sigma certifications and project management certifications. You know, all of that. Adds to the legitimacy of your resume.
who cares about the resume when I'm the CEO? Alright?
Folks who do business with you, people who do business with you still wants to know your resume, your accomplishments.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Why you the motherfucker they should fuck with, you know.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, alright? I got a lot of members in my family who still do construction.
Correct.
Alright? Then I know I can probably call and get them to do
put
it.
that crew together.
Alright.
Needs to go on and get licensed and certified, and I already have that license
So,
in place. You can
when it comes,
got called to go bid on that job.
so when it comes to the whole, when it comes to most of that stuff, right? I'm not too concerned, personally, which is the problem. And that's what I was just about to talk about. The first problem that I have is that I'm very indecisive by nature. Right? Yes, let's say indecisive. I feel like that's the best way to put it. The nicest way to me. Because she says you can get both, but I'm lazy. Okay? So I can only study for one at a time. I can only focus on one thing at a time.
You gotta quit being a lazy motherfucker. Be lazy when you got them meals up in the motherfucking bank account. Is that what getting your mama said about y'all young folks? You know, at least be 100,000 now or something of this motherfucker.
I want you to sit there and work on that computer while watching this TV, and then tell me how easy it is to sit there and type up a 700-word essay and watch and then tell me everything that happened on this channel, everything she talked about while doing it. Right?
Unfortunately, this will have a replay later, so I don't even really ask about the watch it.
Yeah, you see?
I just can't binge watch what I want to binge watch.
You see how quick she gave me excuses for why she couldn't multitask like that?
No.
All right. Yet, when I talk about how I can only focus on one license at a time, and I'm trying to figure out which license is the most important to get started, when we already have the land, we already have the schematics and the blueprints. I'm trying to figure out which one is the most important. Do I need to get the realtor's license or the construction license? She's telling me that I need both. Obviously, I need both. Which one do I need to get first? Which one's gonna help get this business? Which one's gonna get this off the ground and started? And she won't give me the answer. What this video was really about was just for me to tell y'all where I'm at mentally, right? Mentally, where I'm at, what I've been up to, what's going on, you know, my plans for the future. I would upload is what I said, but yeah, I didn't. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about getting into realtor. Man, I'm thinking about getting into fucking building and selling houses, but I don't want to actually build or construct the houses. I just want to come up with the blueprints, and then I don't even want to sell them. I really just want to rent them after they get made. She wants to sell them because, you know, she's building on to my ideas.
And then on the rest of them, we'll do leases. See how that works.
And I'm thinking about possibly starting a new channel. One that's just really about me just talking to y'all about where I'm at and how things are going. Maybe when I do get this project off the ground, maybe, you know, showing y'all the stages of where I'm at, where, you know, how it's going. All right, Slick Block. That's what I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna name it Slick Constructions or something like that. That'll be the name of the new channel. I'm gonna have to, yeah. Anyway, maybe I'll just name it Slick Block. What do you think? Slick Constructions or Slick Block? Slick Block Vlogs? Slick Construction?
Well, that's gonna be a Slick Block Vlogs, right?
Yeah. And the Slick Block would be the construction empire I build. Anyway. This is D-Wize Gamer from Slick Block Mafia. It's been a minute, Slick Block, since I talked to you guys. It feels good to check in with all 15 of you niggas, because 5 of you niggas unsubscribed, and I'm not blaming you. And out, peace.